Hi everyone, Kerryn here from Holistic Essentials Therapy and Consulting, bringing to you this week's energy forecast and insights for Monday the 12th of June through until Sunday the 18th of June 2023. I can't believe that we are nearly a full 6 months into this year. This is really a time also to tune into where you are at in your life. What were the intentions that you set at the beginning of the year? And where are you in alignment with that? Are those intentions still in alignment with where you are right now? Because as human beings, we have free will and we can change our minds. We can decide that the course of action or the pathway that we thought was best aligned to us at the beginning of the year, it's no longer holding true for you. And as we move into this week also, we are leading up to the new moon in Gemini. And new moons are fresh beginnings, an opportunity to set intentions. And so this could be a really powerful week for you to tune into the wisdom of your heart, to tune into your intuition and ask yourself, are my actions, my decisions, my thoughts, and my feelings about what I want to do in my life or where I am in my life, are they serving me? Are they supporting me? And where it is that I want to move forward to in my life. On the 12th of June, we have Venus in Leo square Jupiter in Taurus. Such a mouthful. But this is really bringing a beautiful energy to us, a perfect balance of creativity and motivation to take action. So this is a really powerful day to allow yourself to tune into the cosmic energy of that is flowing to us and allow that to propel you forward. If there are things that you've been putting on hold, or if you've been wanting to express yourself creatively, then this is a beautiful day to do that, to take action on that. Also, we have the new moon in Gemini, which is occurring on the 18th of June here in the Southern Hemisphere in the eastern part of Australia, so Melbourne, and it is occurring at 2:37 p.m. So this energy, this new moon energy, is also inspiring us to enjoy the company of others, and especially in the Southern Hemisphere as we're starting to move into that hibernation phase as the weather is cooling and we're not feeling quite so motivated and inspired. This new moon is flooding you with the energy and the motivation. So energy and motivation is really coming through in this week ahead in the offerings of the universal cosmic skies. There's also a romantic energy around. Of course, we've got Venus that's influencing at the moment, and then this new moon in Gemini. And so the romantic energy is giving us the opportunity to assess where we are in our relationships. And it's an optimistic energy of what your matters of the heart are. How do you show up in your relationships? Do you completely lose your sense of self? Have you lost your sense of self? Do you have space in your relationship to still be an independent human being? Do you bring your gifts and your strengths to the relationship? Is there freedom for you to fully express yourself? And we're also being asked to focus that relationship inquiry on the relationship that you have with yourself. And the invitation is there to set your intentions around this new moon on increasing, improving that self-love, that relationship to self. And as you do that and it opens your heart, it allows you to have and experience deeper, more meaningful connections with those that you are in relationship with your loved ones, wherever that plays out in your life. This new moon also calls for greater balance in your relationships. Yes, we want to take the time to give and nurture and nourish our relationships. But the balance then is also ensuring that you are giving that same attention to yourself. We also have Saturn in retrograde in Pisces, and this is going to be amplifying the energy of the new moon. So if we think back, Saturn is the master teacher, the Lord of Karma. And if we think back to March this year, what were some of the teachings and the learnings that you personally experienced in your life? Because Saturn is giving us the opportunity to revisit that and to also acknowledge the growth. And if you haven't yet, then this is a beautiful opportunity to ask yourself, what is there for me to have learned from this situation that serves my growth, that serves my highest good? What are the positive learnings? Saturn asks us, being the Lord of Karma and the Master Teacher, to take responsibility for ourselves, to take responsibility for our decisions, our actions, to take responsibility for who we are and where we're at in our lives. Now, that's not to say that there's not been external situations that have created whatever it is that you've been experiencing. But our responsibility relies in what we do with that, how we grow from that, and acknowledging our part, whatever that may be. Neptune is also highly active during this new moon as it's coming up. So the universe is giving us the week to inward reflect, to tune into what it is that we are wanting to make the most of during this new moon. Neptune is the overlord of spiritual love. And during this full moon, what will also be asked with the influence of Neptune is, it's the illusion. Neptune has the power to lift the veil or create a veil, the master illusionist. And so it will be important this week to ask yourself to go into your heart, into your inner voice, your inner guide, and ask yourself, is this really true? Is what I'm thinking about this really true? Is what I'm being shown really true? And as Neptune is connected to spiritual love, the way for you to be able to listen and hear your inner voice, to strengthen the bond and the relationship with your inner guide, your inner divinity, your inner voice, is to start with self-love. The more loving that you can be towards yourself, the stronger that connection will become. The greater the voice of your intuition will become. Because when you can trust yourself, when you can trust your inner wisdom, your inner voice, your intuition, then you are set up to live your life by the voice of your intuition, your creativity, your divine feminine. So that's what we have coming up in this week ahead. So I'm asking also for additional information and guidance on what we can expect in the energy of the week ahead, if all of that wasn't enough. So what else is it that we need to know? Inner Earth. Yes. How powerful is the energy of this card? Inner Earth. This is related to the base chakra, strength and security and laying foundations. If we can connect deeply to the earth and be grounded, so we're being invited to ensure that we are grounded during this week ahead. And if we think about the base chakra, it is our foundations, it's our safety, it's our home, it's our support networks, it's our ability to look after ourselves, to feed ourselves, to home and house ourselves, to financially support ourselves. And so what I'm getting with this is the more grounded that you can be and intentionally work with your base chakra, that will support you in navigating the energies of the week ahead. If we think about a tree, the roots of the tree are so deeply interwoven and set deeply into the earth beneath that even the strongest storm, the most forceful winds, the tree will bend and sway with. And it's very rarely extreme circumstances, but metaphorically speaking, the tree, because of its strong foundations, because of its rootedness into the earth beneath, it can bend and flow with whatever is happening around it. What does our heart, what are our hearts? What is the guidance for our hearts in this week ahead? Our beautiful hearts, the place through which all of our thoughts and actions and deeds and decisions, imagine if we made all of those things from the place of being centered in the wisdom of our hearts. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. I love this. What are your heart's desires? Spend time in contemplation, in your meditations, in your journaling practice, and asking, what is it that my heart most desires? If I could create or do or express anything, what would that be? And the goddess to support us in the week ahead. Two cards have come out and I cannot separate them. Isis. Isis is the goddess aligned to my shapeshifter alchemist archetype, my Thrive Factor shapeshifter alchemist archetype, the goddess of magic. All energy is sacred. Our divine feminine energy is sacred. And what brings us pleasure in our lives brings an inspirational ignition of your passion. What is it what is your passion? And has the light dimmed in that? Has the spark gone out? And if so, you can work with Isis to support you in reigniting your passion, in reigniting your sense of magic in the world. And the second goddess is the white buffalo calf woman. She is the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. Oh, I love this. The path of love is true abundance. This is just so beautiful. Her energy and her messaging is so beautiful. And what also is coming through for the message of the week ahead is love. truly is the answer. When you see the world through the eyes of love, how would love have me see this person? What would love have me do? What would love have me say? How would love respond? How would love show up? And White Buffalo Calf Woman can support you in connecting more deeply in with your heart through the lens of love. So I hope that those messages serve you well. As always, please be kind and gentle with yourself and others, and share this message to anyone who you feel would benefit from hearing it. Namaste, blessed be. See you next week. Bye.